Alright, on to the last day of the D23 Expo, the Ultimate Disney Fan Event. Last night's panel, at least the clips that you guys all saw, was pretty good. All things considered, I'm not sure what that noise is up ahead. Might be a street cleaner again. We're out very early. Who knows? I'll talk on the other side of that noise. Okay guys, so point being, it is early o'clock here in the morning, and we are heading to the Anaheim Convention Center. The clips that you guys saw from last night's Parks, I don't think it's called the Parks panel, I think it's called the Disney Experiences panel. The announcements that they had were the ones that they had to make. Things that are actively coming to the parks. I think that's really good. Got the room excited for most things. Villains definitely killed it with everything else. Villains Land, well, I did not give a date for it. Sam, they didn't give a date for Villains, right?
No date. Just a mention and no other information.
So no date for Villains Land, or whatever thing they're going to call it, Twisted Kingdom or whatever. Other than it's going to have 2 attractions in the land, and some shopping, some dining, and all the merch you could possibly want, because they are going to milk that thing like there's no tomorrow. That's where Disney's going to start singing "There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow" with that Villains Land. Why it took them so long to do anything is a completely different question. But otherwise, there's a whole bunch of exciting things coming. You have a Walt Audio animatronic. Looks really cool. You have... what? 4 more ships being added to the Disney Cruise Line fleet. So they're going to have a total of 13 ships by the end of 2031. That is something that I never thought we would be seeing. I thought they'd want to keep that line pretty small, but no, they're looking at expanding, which is great for everybody. Myself being an agent, and then just the consumers. I mean, the more options you guys have, hey, yeah. The more options you guys have, the better it works for everybody at the end of the day. So, the rest of today is just going to be going in, walking the floor, taking a look at some of the things that we haven't had the chance to look at. Taking a look at some of the things we haven't had the chance to look at yet. And just kind of dreading going back to reality here in a couple days.
It's 2.5 days. We get it. 2.5 to 3 days. Then we get the cast up on their feet, and I like to start at the top of the show. Some people start in the second act, some people start in the middle of the first act. I like, for continuity, I like... 5, 6, 7, 8. You're a good leader. Amy's a good leader.
Here in town there's only she who is beautiful as me. So I'm making plans to woo and marry her.
Walk and pose, yes, son. Point, point. Break a leg. Break a leg.
Break a leg. Little town, it's a quiet village. Every day, like the one before. Little town, full of little people, waking up to say,
Bonjour!
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 Bonjour! Look, there she goes, the girl is strange, no question. Dazed and distracted, can't you tell? Never going to make it proud.
Cause her head's up on some cloud. No denying she's a funny girl at best. Bonjour!
Good day.
How is your family?
Bonjour.
Good day!
How is your wife? I need 6 eggs. That's too expensive. There must be more than this
Right from the moment when I met her, saw her, I said she's gorgeous and I fell. Here in town there's only she who is beautiful as me. So I'm making plans to woo and marry her.
Look there, he goes. Isn't he dreamy? Mr. Gaston, oh, he's so cute. Be still, my heart, I'm hardly breathing. He's such a tall, strong and handsome rebel. Good day, you call us very friendly. So take your response.
Excuse me, please let me through. That's the mistake.
There must be more than this
Just watch, I'm going to make her life.
There she goes, a girl who's strange but special, a most peculiar mademoiselle. It's a pity and a sin.
She doesn't quite fit in.
She really is a funny girl. Oh, there she goes, a funny girl. She really is a funny girl.
Take your bounce. Down, 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 and up. Yes, fantastic. Thank you all for joining us. Come in for a beauty. Come on. Everybody in there. Everybody in. On 3, beauty. 1, 2, 3. Beauty. Thank you all. Have a great day here at D23.
We were very glad to see a cocky little character like this come along. This modest, unassuming young fellow joined our family quite a few years back. And the way he has been accepted all over the world makes us proud to tell his story.
I think Donald is hilarious. He's so funny and he's so relatable. He's fiery, he's tempestuous, he can blow off and has a hair trigger, but he's also incredibly lovable.
He's a fun-loving guy. He likes to have fun. He can be a rascal sometimes. He likes to play practical jokes. But when something gets in his way, that's when he loses his temper.
Donald is just one of our classic characters. He's been beloved for so many years and still is around the world. There's something about the duck, there's something about that wacky character that our guests really love.
He has the most confidence. Even if that's to a fault, that's something we can all, look towards to find that confidence within ourselves.
He's allowed to express himself in a way that we all would like to be able to express ourselves. Walt always wanted to make sure that these characters were not just funny cartoons running around, but that they were individual, unique personalities. And I hit a home run with coming up with Donald's character.
Who's got the sweetest
position. One guess who? Who never starts an argument? Who never shows a bit of temperament? Who's never wrong but always right? Who never dream of starting a fight? Who gets stuck with all the bad luck? No one but Donald Duck.
2 and a 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Donald. Happy birthday to you.
Let's all get up and take a photo with Donald, shall we? The birthday boy. Oh my goodness. Tony, you should stand next to Donald. Thank you guys so much for coming and celebrating Donald's 90th with us.
Two separate lines right now, so one's going faster than the other. Feel free to hop. Okay, awesome.
Hi. Thanks for coming. Hi. Thanks for volunteering with us today.
While he had some early successes, it wasn't enough to make a living on, and he continued to work as a self-taught carpenter to pay the bills. He's probably still pretty good at that. Now that all changed when he landed the role of Han Solo in George Lucas's Star Wars and established himself as one of the most charismatic actors. He then caught the eye of Steven Spielberg, and in Indiana Jones, Harrison redefined the action hero, injecting his own unique brand of humor in the character that has won the hearts of audiences for over 40 years. For those of us who have gotten to know Harrison and had the pleasure of working with him, what you quickly learn is that the charisma you see on the screen is real, and that's just who he is. He's a man of deep integrity, big-heartedness, with an incredible work ethic. And that dry wit isn't scripted either. It's precisely why he is such a cultural icon. He is the definition of the leading man who stands alone in a category all his own. So take a look. Thank you. Thank you very much. I love you too. I love the life you've given me. I love the people that I've had the opportunity to work with. Nobody does anything in this business alone. We work in collaboration. No matter who we are or what we're doing, we're working on an idea. I have the privilege of being a storyteller. An assistant storyteller. I have my part of the story to tell, but so does everyone else. But the stories are for you, about us, our common humanity. And to be able to work in that area is a privilege. We have a bond between us that's based on the quality of the product, and Disney produces great product. Disney is a giant ship, but a giant ship needs an able captain. And the great generosity of that introduction deserves my acknowledging how important Bob has been in the work that I've done, and in a creative and business capacity, but he's also become a dear and trusted friend.
I have been able to have the pleasure of working with Jamie Lee Curtis. And the magic of Jamie Lee Curtis is that she is timeless. Every character she plays is different, and she always brings something unique to the role. And I feel so blessed to have Jamie as a friend in my life, and I feel lucky to work with a woman that I admire so much. Friends is here. Please welcome Academy Award-winning Jodie Foster.
Well, don't look. There are many things that my bestie Jamie Lee Curtis and I have in common. So we both grew up in this business, in this city, she the daughter of two famous movie stars, me the daughter in every bad television show. And you folks know their biggest girls group connection. We were both in the Disney movie Freaky Friday, only they were sequels 20 years apart, and we took opposite roles. So while her character got to blow bubbles and play guitar, I got to clutch my pearls and flirt with my father. Which is awkward, but that's how it was back then. Which is a refrain that Jamie and I sometimes trot out to explain why we are both so peculiar. But here are many of the absolutely freaky things that you may not know about her. You probably know. She eats dinner at 3 or 4 in the afternoon because Granny's asleep by 7:30. She gets up at 3 a.m., she saves the world, then she online shops a little, compulsively ordering useless things in every color. Although she did buy me the best bras I've ever owned. Thank you for looking out for my boobs. Bless you for bringing your blessings to this art form and this world, this happiest place on earth. And I'm going to present you with the real prize. I got you old school mouse ears with your name on it. Boom. Take that. I love you, Jamie. hands together for Disney legend Jamie Lee Curtis. Just hold on, you have to take off the tag. I can't take off the tag. Thank you, ladies. Thank you both. You know, it's not often that we all get to walk in each other's shoes. You know, that's the beauty of Freaky Friday. It's the idea of looking at the world from the other person's perspective. And we do it with each other, but we very rarely get to do it in life, in movies, the way we get to do it in this, and it's extraordinary. You just mentioned the Disney in you and me. You know, it's the Disney in all of us. That's why we're here. It's the Disney in all of us. And the truth is, legends aren't born, they're created. And they're created and nurtured and taught and educated. And then they make art, and then we connect the art, and you make legends. You are the legends, because without you, none of this is possible. And so thank you to your Disney family, all of you there, all of the bright lights shining right now. Thank you. I'll only do it if you sing it with me. But before we sing it, I want you to listen to the words, because the truth is, that's why I'm here. There's a great big beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day. Yes, it's a great big beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow's just a dream away. Man has a dream, and that's the start. He follows his dream with and heart. And when that dream becomes a reality, it's a dream come true for you and me. And that's what's happening right here. God bless all of you. And I thank the Disney company and all of you for my life.
No accident. That feeling you get, that connection that you feel, is all thanks to people like Martha Blanding. And I couldn't be more excited to salute Martha for her years of service and contributions to the fabric of the culture here. She is a part of the foundation that makes Disneyland the happiest place on earth. Let's hear about Martha's impact from those who know her best.
I've heard about this woman, Martha Blanding.
She was this larger than life figure.
She is passionate, she's engaging.
The impact is tremendous. It's all because of Martha.
This is 1971, and Martha broke ground in that she became the first full-time black tour guide at Disneyland.
After I got the job as a tour guide, then I became a VIP hostess in like 6 months.
Martha took the culture at Disneyland a little bit by storm.
She was a trailblazer.
She hosted a slew of celebrities, notables, and royalty. Martha was the first black person in management here at the resort.
She was a supervisor on Main Street,
A film buyer,
a candy buyer,
and ultimately as the senior manager of merchandise events at Disneyland.
These were a lot of firsts that nobody had ever seen.
She represented somebody that both our guests and our cast could look at and say, someday that could be me.
Martha Blanding changed the landscape at Disney.
It's very, very special and extraordinary.
She became almost like a mother to me. I'm really grateful that I get to be in Martha's Village and that she is in mine.
For over 50 years, Martha has been so incredible for Disneyland.
She is such an important piece of who we are. Disneyland is a better place because Martha was in it.
You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. And when the road looks rough ahead, miles and miles from your nice warm bed, just remember what your old pal said. Son, you've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me, but
I love you too. Picture this. It's 1969 in South Central Los Angeles, Compton Watts area. My last semester of high school, just before graduation. The high school counselor met with every student and their parent to talk to them about their college future. It was my turn for my mother and I to talk to the counselor. In the meeting, he told me that I needed to learn how to do something with my hands because I would never make it in corporate America. This was quite upsetting to both my mother and I, and when we left his office, I cried. When I got home, I went to my room and I cried again. My mother came to talk to me. She told me never to let other people determine your future. I wish my parents were here today to see what I've become. They would be so proud of this moment. I promised myself that I wouldn't cry, but that's really hard because becoming a Disney legend is something I never thought would happen to me. When Justin World called to give me the news, I was speechless. And anybody that knows me knows I am never speechless. Then when he told me that I would receive a letter from Bob Iger, I said, oh my God, be still my heart. For many years, my job was to produce merchandise-related special events, but I didn't do it alone. It took a team of cast members, that I partner with, and our goal was to make the event an unforgettable experience for our guests to enjoy. During these events, I worked with many of the Disney legends, and after getting to know them and realizing how important it was and what an honor it was to become a legend, I want to thank many of the people for their help and support, and most importantly, for believing in me. To my leaders, Clark Jones, Chris Shepard, Tony Garrison, Mary Wolf, Ed Storm, and Mary Ann Sharp. To my girls, my team, Michelle Harger, Elaine Seahawk, Kathy Jensen, and Sonia Martin. To my partners, Linda Bota, Al Nasser, Chris Kane, Nadi Aon, Terry Campanelli, Richard Stoner, Suzanne Toller, and Krista Johnson. Plus, I want to thank Becky Klein, Michael Vargo, Wendy Lefton, and my brother from another mother, my co-author, Tim O'Day, for adding a little extra special layer of Disney magic to my retirement. There are so many more wonderful partners that I don't have the time to name individually, but I sincerely thank every one of them, and you know who you are. I also want to give a special thanks to my family, especially to my twin sister, Mary. Many of you know my twin sister. I would always talk to her about my job to the point where she thought that she worked at Disneyland too. And if you ask her, she would say, I do work there, okay? So after 50 years of working, I decided to retire. I told my sister, and the first thing she said was, are we going to have our retirement at Disneyland? When I got the news about becoming a legend, I shared it with my sister. With joy in her voice and tears in her eyes, she said, are we legends now? The bottom line is this. I'm just an ordinary black girl from South Central Los Angeles who had an amazing job at the Walt Disney Company, and I will do it all over again. Hey Mary, we are now Disney legends.
Thank you so much. It's so nice. I feel like I'm among friends, which is so nice. I find it odd, though, to stand here alone, because no one does it by himself or herself. One doesn't work in a vacuum. So there should be hundreds of people on the stage with me, beginning with Jim Henson. My fellow Muppet performers, they're workshop people. George Lucas. My Yoda team, and especially Mark Hamill. And there should be behind me hundreds of crew members, production team, staff, and cast from the movies I directed, with a special nod of the cast to Steve Martin. And through it all, there's someone who is with me all the time, my dear lawyer friend, Joe Bear. And it was so amazing, first of all, to meet Pete. My wife and I are so blessed to have the friendship of Pete and Amanda, the deep friendship. I'm also grateful for having 4 wonderful adult kids who are good human beings. And I'm very lucky to have a wonderful, amazing, talented, loving wife, Victoria LeBon. She saved my life many times. The first time I was ever in Disneyland was the late 1950s. Disneyland is very meaningful to me. My parents were Holocaust survivors, and after the terrible time in Europe, they waited for 5 years to get a visa, and my brother and I, they immigrated to the United States, ended up in California. I'm so amazed to think that my brother and I played in bombed out buildings in Belgium. And then about 10 years later, we played on Tom Sawyer Island. So it is very meaningful to me to be in Disneyland. There's so many people I want to thank, but I can't do that all here. When I was, well, I'm sorry, I just forgot what I was going to say. I was so taken by your reaction. Actually, I got emotional. Thank you. Many of you people here look at me as a success, and I guess I am, but I used to have very low self-esteem as a kid, a teenager, and into adulthood. I hid myself. I was frightened to be who I was. It's taken me a long time to allow myself to be who I am. And I don't want you all to wait till you're 80 years old. I want to give you a jump start. Don't hide who you are. Thank you.
For the role of Hannah Montana.
You know the name. Concert selling out coast to coast, hit records, and hit TV shows.
Miley is a pop culture icon.
If I could do this forever and wake up every day getting to do what I love, that would be like a dream.
You are so kind to the fans. You are adored.
He's pretty.
You're a great singer.
I couldn't ask for a better person to be my hero.
All of my dreams have come true because of my fans.
The whole country's in love with her. She's a great musician, and she's got a great soul.
She inspires me. Thank you for taking this journey with me for the past 30 years. I hope to take you along with me for the next 30.
truly
Miss Martha, I am not as strong as you. I am definitely going to cry. Before I get started, I'm going to let everybody in on a little Disney legend secret. I'm the one that tells you what you're not supposed to know. And what I want to say is that legends get scared too. I'm scared right now. But the difference is we do it anyway. And all of you can do that every single day. It's legendary to be afraid and do it anyway. There is no such thing as failure when you try. That's the only way you lose. The way to win is to try. So here I am. I'll show you. I made 2 speeches. One long, if I'm the badass that I'm supposed to be, and one short, if I get scared. So I want to say thank you. It's such an honor to receive this award. My other legends have said it best. It is all because of you. Everyone in this room, outside of this room, it's all about the fans. And in 2005, Disney was on a mission to rebuild and reimagine the company. That's why they hired Bob Iger and me. I remember this clearly because it was during the auditioning process of Hannah Montana. There was a buzz in that Burbank Disney office where it's rumored that they create all of us Disney kids. I definitely wasn't created in a lab, and if I was, there must have been a bug in the system which caused me to malfunction somewhere between the years of 2013 and 16. Tennessee, which is where I sent my audition tapes from. After those tapes were sent in, my mom got a message that what I sent was great, but I was just too small and I was too young for the part. A year or more goes by and I forget all about Hannah Montana. But then we get a call and they tell us that they fully casted the show. They've already shot a pilot, but the show just isn't working. So they want me to come out to LA and audition in person. My mom tells me the news, but reiterates that if I get it, I'm gonna have to leave school and all of my friends. So we go to the mall to shop for what I'd wear to the audition, and in true fashion of fate, there hangs a t-shirt that says I should have my own TV show. So we took it home, bedazzled it, and flew out to LA. After a few of those auditioning trips, I got the part. I came out to California to shoot the pilot. I fell in love with LA, the beach, the palm trees, they were awesome, but it was the sound stage that I lived for. I mean, it was the most beautiful place that I had ever seen. There were lights, dressing rooms, the wardrobe racks, there were costume fittings, wig fittings, acting, dance, vocal lessons. It was like being on RuPaul's Drag Race Junior. We shot the pilot, I went back to Nashville to wait, but I had gotten a taste of what my life could be like, and from that moment on, I did not want anything else. So when I was told that the show got picked up, I just couldn't wait to get back to stage 9, but because Hannah Montana is a pop star, we needed footage of her playing sold-out concerts. But no one knew who she, aka Miley, was. So they gave away tickets at the Glendale Mall, where I would have my first free concert. And the first song I opened with was titled, This Is the Life. Which of course no one knew, because in reality I was a little girl in a blonde wig at the mall with a big dream, but in my heart, I was Hannah Montana. And I was so proud to be. A little bit of everything has changed since that day. But at the same time, nothing has changed at all. I stand stand here still proud to have been Hannah Montana because she made Miley in so many ways. This award is dedicated to Hannah and all of her amazing, loyal fans, and to everyone who has made my dream a reality. To quote the legend herself, this is the life.
Please welcome Disney legends, the voice of Ariel, Jodie Benson, the voice of Belle, Major O'Hara, the voice of Tiana, Anika Yoni Rose, the voice of Jasmine, Linda Larkin, and the voice of Mulan, Mei-Na Wen.
Mark Chen is a brilliant animator with overflowing kindness and loyalty. He doesn't just design characters on paper. He creates images infused with passion, vulnerability, and authenticity that connect with people for generations. The journey to discovering Ariel together began with our friendship 37 years ago. And thanks to Mark Hen's vibrant imagination, Ariel will always be a part of our world.
Mark possesses a rare gift.
That was pretty cool.
Mark possesses a rare gift that extends far beyond his talent as an artist. The ability to reflect the human soul in every stroke of all these amazing beings. And just like Mulan, in a way that liberates us to see ourselves, not just for who we are, but for who and what we can be.
When creating Belle, Mark noticed a lot of my hair that wouldn't stay in place. So he decided to make that part of her character. It's those little things that bring his art to life. They pull the audience in and allow these fantasy worlds and fairy tales to become real and live in our hearts forever.
Mark has supervised more powerful like Princess Jasmine than any other person in the history of the animation studio. His empathy, warmth, and collaborative nature helped us to trust his vision and open up to a whole new world beyond our wildest imagination.
It's so beautiful.
He so beautifully rendered Tiana in a way that allowed little girls to see themselves and others to see their friends in a regal light for the very first time. A piece of me will always live through her, not just because of my voice, but because Mark made her left-handed, just like me. Continually dig a little deeper to create larger-than-life characters, and the way that he listens and sees us
is what makes him a distinguished animator and an extraordinary human being. And if you'll bear with me for 1 second, close your eyes. Can you still see what we look like behind your eyes? Because what I know 15 years from the inception of The Princess and the Frog is that I trust Mark to draw Tiana from eyes closed, and she would be as perfect as she was in that moment. And I bet you any one of us who have been gifted to be rendered fantasy from our faces believe that same thing, because you think that he's drawing with his hands, but in truth he is drawing with his heart. And now it is time to bring our dear friend to the stage. Please join us in welcoming, way overdue, Disney legend, Mark Head.
There's a lot of people here. Oh my gosh. Thank you. First of all, I just want to thank these incredible women. You guys, I'm so glad. Thank you for being here tonight to share this evening with me. Your incredible talent and friendship means the world to me. It really does. Thank you, D23 and the Walt Disney Company, for this evening, an amazing honor. Also would like to extend my congratulations to my fellow inductees. It's hard to believe, and it's an amazing honor to be included with such an amazingly talented group of individuals. As I think back on a career that spanned over 4 decades, this award represents the tip of an iceberg. In every artist's career, there are so many artists who inspire and influence you. For example, the great Eric Larson, one of Walt's 9 old men. Eric taught me and so many others how to be Disney animators, creating magic with paper and pencil. Bernie Mattinson. Bernie, unfortunately, we lost last year, but Bernie had a 70-year career at Disney. He was kind of like a second father to me. As director of Mickey's Christmas Carol, he gave me my first chance to be a supervising animator, animating Mickey Mouse. To all the enormously talented artists, past and present, at Walt Disney Feature Animation Studios that I have learned from over the years, you are all a part of this moment. And of course, I wouldn't be standing here without the unwavering support and encouragement of my family. My parents, Bob and Marge, my sisters, Cindy and Beth. Beth, of course, was the muse to find Jasmine. My wife, Debbie, our children, Jennifer and Greg, who have now blessed us with 3 new princesses. Evelyn, age 8, Ainsley, who's almost 6, as she tells me, and Lily, who is 6 months. Lastly, I want to thank the Lord. All I ever wanted to be was a Disney animator, and God blessed me with that opportunity. And I wouldn't be standing on this stage without his providence in my life. So thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And being a genius can come in all kinds of forms. And here at Walt Disney Imagineering, Joe is special in that way.
Joe Rudy is an explorer.
Bigger than life personality.
So influential, passionate.
He's very much a visionary. And lucky for us, he happens to be an incredible designer of immersive experiences.
If you're working with Joe, you are going to be working on something pretty spectacular.
That's the tree of life behind me. It is 14 stories tall.
I don't think there's anybody on this planet who could have brought Animal Kingdom to life like Joe.
Joe has always thought about conservation and culture first.
He's made it not only look good, but also good for the animals as well.
When we started on Aulani, Joe basically challenged everything and said, is this right for the culture, the community?
What Joe Rudy did was bring the indigenous artists to the table, and that was weaved into the fabric of our resort.
Joe Rudy really understood Avatar. He really understood what we were trying to do.
I remember when we were told we were going to build Pandora. So like, how are we going to do that? And Joe told me, you just have to think through it. And so for Joe, this way of being an Imagineer is do your homework, do it well, be thoughtful, be intentional, and then the sky's the limit. That's his legacy. That's Joe Rudy.
Well, thank you very much. Of course, it's a great honor to be counted as a Disney legend, to participate in this history, and it's to even be considered in the same breath as the other honorees this evening. All fabulous and talented, extraordinary people receiving this recognition is amazing. I really have only a couple things to say, which may surprise you if you know me, but I will try to be brief. First has been said before, from Harrison Ford on, none of this is done alone. I owe everything that I am to others. First of all, to Melody, my wife, my lifelong love, without whom I can't find the soap, I can't do anything. My boys, Kellen and Brant, who keep me young and make me laugh every time I see them. And then to all the mentors and patrons who had the patience to guide me and consider me worthy, the teammates and the partners who frankly did the lion's share of all the work for which I am credited. Please thank all of them. I will dare to speak for all of us awardees, when I say we don't work for awards. We do what we do, the way we do it,
because we love doing it. We would make art, we would sing, we would act, compose music, we would organize, make movies, write, draw, design in our garage. We would do it anyway, because it is who we are, it is how we live, it's how we know that we are alive. And so it's an extraordinary extra delight to be recognized, to be rewarded, to be seen, unlike so many people who work with equal intensity and they're never seen and they're completely unrecognized. We cannot make ourselves into legends. We are made legends by you, by your attention, by your applause, by your high opinion of the work that we do, and for that, on behalf of all the Disney legends stretching back to the very beginning, I thank you. Thank you.
Incredibly specific filmmaker, and he's a genius.
I love this stuff. Real honest to God, deep ocean exploration.
The trust in him, his directing skills, his producing, his vision, and also his knowledge about everything.
What Jim brings to the craft, the filmmaker, is of new technologies.
I see you.
Whether it's on the technical side or the natural side, is in Jim's mind, all this stuff is real.
He just goes for it. Hi, Jim. Now, aside from being the most driven director I've ever worked with, you are passionate and extraordinary. You are also one of the most fascinating people I've ever met. You've made some of the most critically acclaimed and culturally beloved films in certainly my lifetime, and it's mind-blowing to think of how many other movie lovers' lifetimes you have impacted and entertained. Dearest Jim, you continue to aspire to greater heights that I'm not sure if anyone else but you will ever reach. The power of your imagination continues to inspire us all. What you cannot create, you simply manifest. You've revolutionized the filmmaking process too many times to count by developing cutting-edge technology and giving audiences an immersive and elevated experience that is realistic and phenomenal to behold. And you do it all with such collaboration and good grace. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey. I love you to pieces. We all do. And now I'd like to introduce you to someone who, like me, much better than me, knows Pandora the way it really is. Ladies and gentlemen, please warmly welcome the exquisite Zoe Saldana.
Buckle up, folks, because I'm going to tell you what it's like to work with the one and only James Cameron. We were filming this epic scene in Avatar, and I thought I was giving it my all, running like my life depended on it. But Jim, oh Jim, he takes off his headphones and he comes up to me, he goes, "What is that? What was that? Do you call that running? That's not running, girl. You have to learn how to run." And just like that, my running career was over before it even started. But that
she's talking about. She actually runs beautifully. She's like a human panther. And we all know there's no avatar without Neytiri. Zoe is Neytiri. I think you should be a Disney princess. Powerful woman. This is pretty daunting and overwhelming. I just feel such kind of infinite gratitude. So blessed to be, I guess, mentioned in the same.
Not given everything.
Please join me in welcoming this queen, Disney legend, Angela Bassett.
Thank you, thank you. Each and every one of you, take some of this warmth for yourself. Ryan Coogler, my brother, my friend, my colleague, a true visionary and brilliant storyteller in your own words. Thank you for that wonderful presentation. I love you. Thank you to the talented creators and visionaries at Disney for including me in this esteemed company. Congratulations to all the Disney legends tonight. It is an honor to stand alongside you, each of you. Now, when I think of Disney, The Princess and the Frog most immediately comes to mind as an example of their legacy of the imaginative storytelling. For me, it has all the right ingredients. A story set in the Crescent City of New Orleans, with sprinkles of good food and good jazz music and a beautiful, groundbreaking Black princess. I have had the extraordinary privilege of working throughout my career throughout the Disney universe, including film and television, documentaries and animation, as well as the wonderland that are the Disney theme parks. But I have done none of this alone. From day one, in my pursuit of a career as an actress, I have understood that I am a part of something greater than myself. I offer my deepest gratitude to everyone who has supported me on this journey, cast members and crew, creatives who make what we do and what you see possible, casting directors, studio exec, costume designers, directors, producers, thank you. I share this honor with all of you. To my family and friends and team, your encouragement and support have been a constant source of strength and inspiration. I am forever proud to be your wife, your mother, your sister, your auntie, and your friend. And to the fans, you are the magic. There are not enough words to let you know how much I appreciate you, how much I love you. I stand here today because you have brought the tickets, you have watched the television shows, you have cheered me on my best days and lifted me up on the more difficult ones. Thank you always. And to everyone in this room, let us all continue to inspire, to nurture, to encourage future generations, not only with the stories we tell, but with the worlds that we create together. Thank you once again for recognizing me as a Disney legend.
When a group of people set out to make a film, they spend months in close collaboration. It's a process that is as rewarding as it is challenging. In all of my experiences making films, there's one part of the process, one all-important collaboration that has brought me a unique form of joy.
I've had the incredible privilege of knowing and working with John Williams throughout my entire career, beginning with the unforgettable score for Raiders of the Lost Ark, E.T., Jurassic Park, the beautiful and haunting hymns for Lincoln, and of course the iconic themes for Star Wars. John Williams' film scores have connected all of us across generations.
Think of Indiana Jones without the march that introduces him. Think of Princess Leia without the gentle flute that plays her on. Or the opening crawl of a Star Wars film without its incredible orchestra. For over half a century, each and every time John Williams composes a new score, he finds a way to imbue the film's story and characters with a timeless and essential quality. That's because John is a storyteller, and his language is exquisite music that touches our hearts and inspires our dreams.
It's no exaggeration to say that John Williams is the greatest film composer of all time. Music has transcended cinema and become a part of our global culture. Unfortunately, John is not able to be with us today, but here to perform a medley of his iconic themes, specially composed and arranged by John for all of you to enjoy this evening. Please welcome the Pacific Symphony.
for those of you who all made it through that video, thank you very much. I do understand that that was a long video, much longer than I had ever originally planned on, but thank you for watching that video. And if you guys did make it through, here's a special thing for you. Comment in this video post with who your favorite Disney villain is, and you'll be entered for not just one, but 2 entries to win this Maleficent Dragon hat. So if you do comment who your favorite Disney villain is, you'll be entered for that hat. Otherwise, guys, that was the D23 Expo, the Disney Ultimate Fan event. And next time, I'll head up back and I'll plan ahead. Make sure the video, a 2-part video, and or, just cut back, because you guys got to see a lot about what the expo was. So until then, guys, until next time, until the next trip, until the next adventure, thumbs up to you all, and I hope you all have a great magical day.